destination of YouTube and Twitch. We're back at more Dragon Age Origins. Can you guys hear me? Are we good? As I said before, I'm going to need some new headsets soon because these sets are... because these are almost like done. Probably might need a new TV soon also because... because of the aforementioned problem I was having with the fact that the screen kept like going from black to basically bugging out. Okay, I said we were going to talk to Severn some more. We're going to see Morrigan's mother for the end of the game.
Here I am. Oh, this should be good. Go ahead. Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin after all is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it? I don't know that I would put it precisely that way. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The Crows buy all their assassins that way.
We're
buy
gonna
them
try
young,
and get them
raise
like
them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
Us later on.
Oh, I don't know about that. The Crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a Crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy.
Hold up, might have to do something
but
about
that does
the
not
audio.
mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a
Sounds
gilded
good
cage.
to me, but we're
Pretty,
gonna turn it down
but
a little bit
confining.
more so you guys can hear me better.
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful and things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you? This is good to know. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go. Everything changes, my friend. Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the Crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so. All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so. And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a Crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well,
of course I suck
some
at that,
people
so,
simply need
yeah.
assassinating. Or do you disagree? Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end. Death happens, as we like to say, and when I get paid for it, death happens more often. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the
I don't know
deed.
if we'll
The
be
pleasure
on
of
Dragon
sinking
Age
your
2
blade
next,
into
or
their
we'll
flesh
take a
and
break
knowing
from
that their
Dragon Age
life is in your
Kind of
hands.
Dragon Age series and play something else.
You enjoy getting the blood flowing, whether it is yours or others? Yes, I know the type. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else? I mean professionally. Or maybe you mean professionally as well. Perhaps you intend to peddle my services to bored Ferelden noblewomen. It is an interesting thought, but I've always removed my clothes strictly on an amateur basis. A talented amateur, of course, but an amateur nonetheless. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
6 approval.
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so. My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days? Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics. In Antiva, nobody is too important to escape the reach of the Crows. They've killed kings and queens. That is simply how it is. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning. Yes, but not on purpose, actually. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly. At first, yes. Well, not upset. Surprised is really a better word. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around. I suppose, but she was dead. She didn't need to be happy. It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see. And one that not everyone learns, I'm sad to say. But that's enough tale spinning from me for the moment. Talking about the mage has made me a bit nostalgic, I'm afraid. Ah, the good old days.
Okay, we're gonna save here. Don't want this shit to crash. If it crashes, I'm gonna have to start these conversations all over again.
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so. Again, well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages involved with Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once. Oh, no, I'll not inflict that upon you just yet. Let's see, how about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Osrine. Did you hear of that down in these parts? Prince Azrin was fourth in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocell from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Azrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells. Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the Crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of
last time I
commoners
said we
after
were
all,
gonna
would
finally
you?
earn the sacred
And this
ashes.
means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a
we're
crow
gonna
on the
do
throne, a commoner.
We're gonna fight
But that's a
Morgan's
whole
mother when
different
we actually
story.
leveled
I
up.
played a very small part.
As I said before, spoilers, but you can technically defeat her, but you can't kill her. She'll be in the next game either way, no matter what you do.
My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in the river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history.
Oh yeah, in other news, Baldur's Gate 3 will be getting mods in the games now. I will get BG3 back, but that shit takes up like half of my storage space. I'm like, dude, come on.
I had to find my way back to the safe house, bruised and naked, and thankful to be alive. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh? All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so. Well, the only one that's really worth telling is the story of the mission right before I came to Ferelden. But no, I would rather not. I shouldn't have said anything. Thank you. Perhaps another day, huh? All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so. Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go
Alright,
there.
you can give him an
It is a
Antivian
warm
boots.
place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the
As a
flowers are
gift.
always in bloom.
Not
Or
sure
so
how
the
much
saying goes.
he'll like you by doing that.
Every land has its assassins. Some are simply more open about their business than others. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable? Oh, I have never seen that place. I am sure it has its charms and its dogs. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most. I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what
Then
reminds me most of
next time
home
we
more
play
than
this,
anything else.
Next Monday, we'll do the what do you call it? The dwarven missions to get the dwarves to help, and we'll get a new character, and that'll be the final character of the game.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather, perfect craftsmanship. But I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no? True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a beautiful Grey Warden, a woman who then spares my life? I could not. I say you are beautiful because it is true. Should I not? And glad I am to hear it. Now, if it is all the same to you, I would prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal.
Okay.
Oh, this should be good. What would you like to discuss?
I'm here for you. Of course. What is meant by someone like me? And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique, because then they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no? My fruit? I can't believe I'm having this conversation. But no, I did not take vows. The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed. We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the Chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on. I'm here for you. Of course. Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think. Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn.
Yeah, this is
In
gonna be
ages
like
past,
40 minutes of the
the
game.
mages of the
Sorry.
Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris. Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais. A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot. Avelin's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered. Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the Grand Melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat. The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death, and to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier. Chantry lore says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know.
We're gonna
In their
exhaust these
pride,
dialogue options.
they thought their
before we
magics
actually
invincible
look for the,
and imagined that they
secret
were
ashes.
greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our
We're getting
hubris.
another hero shooter. I forgot what the fuck it was called.
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago.
Concord,
It
there we
always
go.
chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth? Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists? Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you. Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love. Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds. A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier. All right, it is my job to spin yarns after all. A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier. Alright, it is my job to spin yarns after all.
Okay, yeah,
Which
they
one?
repeat.
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own. The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a wholly exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish. Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker. Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Maferath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own. She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Maferath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Maferath made a pact with the Archon Hysarion of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burned at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
Okay. We're back. I'm back.
The Tevinter Chantry claims that in Andraste's last moments, Hysarian's heart softened, and he heard the voice of the Maker telling him to end her suffering. He plunged his sword into her heart, and as her blood washed over his hands, he became one of the faithful. Dissenters said that the Archon only converted because he could not stem the tide of Andraste's cult, and was forced to do so to stay in power. We will never know for sure.
So apparently we're getting a another game, and I mean a live action game, and a live action show in the Yakuza series. Don't know if it's canon or not. I have to look into that.
I'm here for you. Of course. I have not given this a lot of thought. What will I do? We've traveled far and wide. Does it need to end? There's so much out there. Adventures to be had and stories to be told. I want to be part of it all. I might need some company. And you're not too irritating. You're welcome to come along if you like.
I'll come along, alright. Oh god. That was corny.
It is settled then. You and I wandering the world, seeking our fortunes. I can't wait.
That happens.
I'm here for you.
That happens for a bit, actually, but you know what? I'm not gonna spoil it. When we get to the third game, we'll see. Anyway, as I was saying before, you can find the Black Grimoire in 2 different places in the game: Flemit's Hut and the Circle of Magi. Okay, is there anyone else I can talk to? Let's talk to Win.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you? I've seen the way she looks at you, the familiarity with which you speak, how she always finds a way to place herself next to you. I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. Leliana is a remarkable girl, sincere and guileless, and she has opened her heart to you. I would not like to see her hurt. Not intentionally, no. But there is great potential for tragedy here, for one or both of you. You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires. Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do? Nothing is certain. Not in these times. You cannot take anything for granted. I want you to be aware of this. If you insist, I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
"42 minutes of nothing." I apologize for that, guys. 42 minutes of nothing. But we're gonna get back to it. Let's see, where would I find it? Wait, that's not it. The village of Haven in the mountains to the west. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Win.
Indeed.
Liliana. And then we'll save the Dalish camp
What are you
for
doing in
last.
Haven? There's nothing for you here. What do you want? The urn is nothing but a legend. I do not know who Brother Genetivi is or what he says. However, I'm sure people can convince themselves of anything. No. We do not appreciate lowlanders looking about our home as though it was some sort of zoo. Who? Perhaps revered Father Eirik will know of whom you speak. Unfortunately, he's ministering to the villagers at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
Revered father? I've never heard of this.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition.
Something's rotten in Denmark. I don't know where that turn of phrase came from. I heard it in a TV show once, so I'm gonna use it here.
Our ways are not the ways of the lowland cities. Ask and be on your way.
Tell me, have you heard of something called the Troubles?
Haven's always been here. My family knows no other home.
Oh God, no one's gonna remember the Haven TV show.
Father Eirik
or
is
a
our
ref- a
spiritual
reference about
leader
me.
and guide. He's in the chantry giving a sermon. You should not disturb him.
And why would you tell me he's in the chantry?
We keep to ourselves. We see no need to announce our presence to the world. It's more peaceful that way. Then perhaps you should return to the lowlands.
Yeah, nah, dude, I don't think I would. I will. Because something is very, very suspicious.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition. Ask and be on your way. Then perhaps you should return to the lowlands. You may trade for supplies at the shop if you wish. Then I suggest you and your companions leave.
I suggest we tread carefully here. Something is amiss.
Ah, quiet, insular communities. There's always something nasty going on behind closed doors.
You always think there's something nasty going on behind closed doors.
I think
That's
it nasty
because
that you
there
win.
often is.
Damn it. Damn it.
I hope it
Fucking
involves
shit.
chains. I hope they ask me to join in.
Yeah, something is very, very wrong here.
Perhaps I could have a try at that. I'm afraid not.
I'm here for you.
No, Liliana, move. Yeah, let's check the houses. No one is gonna go. Oh.
Come, Bonnie Lynn. Tell us where you've been. Were you up? Were you down? Chasing rabbits around the town. Come, Bonnie Lynn. Who are you? You shouldn't be here. I asked you first. Who? Why would you come here looking for someone? Lowlanders don't belong here.
Oh, yep. Something is definitely amiss.
open air, quiet village. But where is everyone?
Who are you? You're not from Haven. We don't get very many visitors. How would you describe the place you know only as home? No, I've never heard that name. I think that is for the best. You're back. I don't have much, but I suppose you can take a look.
I think we're good here. We can go. Let's go up the hill some more.
Is everyone in Chantry? These villagers are a remarkably pious bunch.
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the holy and beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her... I understand that you are new here, but common courtesy dictates that one shouldn't interrupt. No matter. We were just about done here anyway.
But, Your Reverence, we have not completed the sacraments of the Holy Mother or sung the invocation.
Be calm, Nodda. We have an honored guest. Surely the sacraments can wait.
How nightmarish to live in such a rural village. The only entertainment being priests who go on about the chant of this and that. Just once I'd like to walk into one of these places and discover a lively dance or a drinking festival or an orgy.
Now this place is a cult.
But alas, no.
That is all for today, my children. I shall see you tomorrow. For now, I should see to our visitor. We find outsiders disruptive. They bring others, and before long, Haven is changed. We will go to any lengths to prevent that. You understand a man's need to protect his family, don't you? Brothers, you know what must be done.
Dear me, what's all the fuss?
Damn, dude, they didn't even mess with that. Like I said, we have to keep the family sword. Silver bar.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Who are you? They sent you to finish it. You don't know how glad I am to see someone who isn't from this village. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot. Thank you. That feels much better. I don't have time to rest now. I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain. The Arl is sick. Will he live? Politics never did anyone any good. The Arl is
Amen,
a noble
brother.
soul.
Fist bump.
But the ashes
do
will
that?
surely cure him.
Fist bumps.
Haven lies in the shadow
That
of the
was
mountain that
a
holds the
reference to,
urn. There is an old temple there
a
built to protect it.
non-existent game
The door
called
is
Dead
always
Rising
locked.
4, yup.
But
The
I
game
know
doesn't
what that
exist.
key is. Iric wears a
even know
medallion
why I
that
brought it
opens
up.
the temple door. I've seen what he does with it. Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside and I will show you. It is not that far, and will you let me lean on you? For the urn, any pain is worth enduring. All right. What is on your mind? Yes, of course. How could I forget?
It's
Iric
always
said they were
cults.
ambushed, some killed, a few brought back to Haven to be questioned. He was so self-righteous about it, so smug. He seemed pleased that he had tortured and murdered these men. There's nothing I can do but pray those men have found peace. Let's just talk about something else now, shall we? Well, it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be.
About politics, to quote Charlie from Smiling Friends, we are peons. We don't choose the president.
I do not know. When the Chantry was established, it was decided that only female priests would ever be ordained. It is possible that the villagers, the disciples of Andraste, predate the Chantry and so have no knowledge of the Chantry's rules. They call themselves the disciples of Andraste. They are very, very devoted. One could say fanatically so. They must be here to protect the urn, but they speak of Andraste as though she was still alive. I thought so at first, but I'm not so sure anymore. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Yep, so as I was saying, you can basically kill Brother
I
Genetivi
do not
and
know.
Liliana.
When the
will
Chantry
appear
was
in
established,
2,
it was decided that
well,
only
at the end
female
of
priests
2,
would ever be ordained.
and in
It is
3
possible
fully.
that the villagers, the disciples of Andraste, predate the Chantry and so have no knowledge of the Chantry's rules. They call themselves the disciples of Andraste, and they are very, very devoted. One could say fanatically so. They must be here to protect the urn, but they speak of Andraste as though she was still alive. I'm old old enough to know that anything is possible, child. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Okay, I just repeated that.
They seemed intent on finding out personal information about me, where I grew up, things like that. How do you know? An imposter? What happened to the real Waylon? Oh, poor Waylon. I should never have dragged you into this. Maker take you into his hands, my boy. He believed in me, even when I lost faith in myself. I will honor his memory. Was there something else you wanted to say?
Okay, let's get it.
Good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down. Here we are. Give me the medallion, and let's see if I remember. Yes, you see, it can be manipulated, just like this. And there, a key to open the way. Now, where does this go? Oh, what I would give to have seen this hall in all its splendor, as it was meant to be. Still, sweep away the ice and the snow, and traces of beauty remain. I'm sorry, what? I was a little distracted, I apologize. These carvings were created just after Andraste's death, and they may reveal things about her life that we do not yet know. I think I need more time to study these statues and carvings. I could not keep up with you with my injuries. I should be safe. I don't think there are any villagers here. Go. I will be all right. Perhaps my destiny was only to lead you to the Anne. It's my job. Just be careful, that's all I ask. The temple is perilous. I'll be right here if you need me. Now I need something to write on.
I remember this place being this foggy.
You're back. Have you reached the urn? Oh, did you discover something fascinating within the temple? All right then, good luck.
Okay, there are a bunch of skeletons and big ass fucking spiders in here. Probably it'll be pretty difficult to beat, so we're gonna save here. Okay, wait, hold up. Let's see how we're doing with Severn. Yep, he is in the red. Will that work with him? Hold up. We're actually going to save again because giving them the wrong gift will also make their like for you go down.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
There we go. Severn level 10. It is real easy to get him and the Kunari dude to betray you.
Of course.
I never liked this part.
Discovering dragon's blood.
Sadly not.
Yeah, we gotta look for a key. We can normally find the keys on like dead bodies.
Books. Oh, I would love to spend a day here.
Perhaps I could have a try at that. No, I think not.
Yes, my friend? I finished. No.
Okay, we'll make a right exit here. Go up. There should be.
Oh look, more
Yeah,
fun
there
to
we
be
go.
had.
That's just what I was about to say.
Now we really.
Oh, hold up. What is that armor? I don't think I don't think we need those on this difficulty.
masks are all so cute.
Ooh, I forgot about these things. Brontos. Let's do Joe Bronto. I know Joe Bronto.
Hope I don't get blood all over his head.
Come and get it! So I shall.
We should do something and quickly.
Pokemon Lab. The reason why I'm recommending to me, Ozma was the most difficult place to do.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
What?
Do we
No.
arrows? We don't need arrows. As a companion,
I still remember my first
about
battle.
this might come back to bite me in the ass later with the crafting mechanic. Honey liquor. Honey liquor. Who drinks? Does Liana drink? Only one way to find out.
Why, thank you so much.
Oh damn, okay, we've got her almost all the way up.
Oh, marvelous.
Pretty soon we'll be getting them cheeks. Or a taste of the taco. The taco being of it. You know what? No, I'm not gonna finish that. You guys already think I'm weird anyway, so I'm not gonna finish that like at all.
We might want to.
Wait, how did
So I shall.
we got more down the street?
You're back. Have you reached the urn? Oh, did you discover something fascinating within the temple? All right then, good luck.
I'll be right back. I guess we'll venture on. Swim through my headphones right now, but if I turn up the no, not turn up. If I what's the word? Put on my AC any higher, I won't be able to hear you guys.
It cannot be. No.
How do I get through here again? I think there might be something I'm missing. What am I missing? That's lyrium, lyrium, lyrium. Arrows, I don't normally like use arrows like that. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm not breathing that hard. As I said, it's been years since I've actually played this game and actually beaten it, so I don't know what to do or what to look for in certain areas. Okay, we're done here. We're getting coin from them though, so getting lost isn't all bad. Oh, we missed a whole ass door.
Sadly
The door was
not.
locked. Damn it. One of the mages has have the key, I think. Fuck me sideways. If I don't find it, I'll come back well rested and play this game some more and actually do it.
I'm here for you.
You can actually kick people from your group and never see them again. But now we're not gonna do that. We're gonna get every single person on the group. Maybe we'll talk to Brother Genetivi. Maybe he might know. Otherwise, I'm just going to be roaming around the area. Yeah, we've been through this part already. Damn it. What am I missing?
No.
brother Genetivi just bugged out.
You're back. Have you reached the urn? I'm glad to see you are safe. Are there many of them? I think so. I haven't seen sign of anyone. You must be keeping them busy. If I hear anything strange, I'll be sure to hide. Oh, did you discover something? All right then. Good luck.
Okay, choose. I'm starting to get really fucking frustrated. Okay, we're gonna check for a little bit longer, then I'm just gonna, if I can't find anything, I'm gonna end the stream for the night.
It cannot be.
How do you get into this door? Is it like a secret passage somewhere? Or did I sell? Or did I junk item that I really needed? If I don't finish this, leave in the comments below on YouTube what I'm doing wrong. Wait. Hold up. I couldn't be that dumb to junk an item that I needed. Okay, lyrium, 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 lyrium. Or did the game bug out? Nice arrows. We don't need that. Wait a minute. Hold up. Something here that I'm missing. that door. But we don't have the key. Yeah, I'll probably Google this tonight and figure it out. Wait. I don't like this wall was something you can actually get through.
No.
Fuck it. We'll do one more clean sweeping on end screen for tonight, because I'm not gonna figure this out tonight. But I have a feeling we're getting warmer. Oh, okay.
Of course.
Boom. Yes. Booyah. Took me longer freaking enough. I apologize for being so dumb. Now we can get to that chamber right there. Gonna have to fight some enemies, but hey, we got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to mess with us. I can never know what song that was. You know, the song that goes, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to... That's all I remember. Okay, we're making headway now.
Complete.
We got the main hall key.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Is there something you need?
Not win.
It is no trouble.
What's next?
Ice arrow, we're gonna need that.
Done.
Ice band, we don't need that. Bands to make them dance. And now we have to go up to that. Now we get more enemies to fight because we've gotten closer. Okay, now we get some challenges here.
I have done it. We are attacked.
Oh shit, I didn't even realize Severin had died until he got up. My bad, dude. At least we'll have some hardest difficulty where their energies are on. That would suck. So maybe that last part, it was something I overlooked. Okay, we can save here. I don't want to get...
These bombs are
We're gonna let it auto fill up. The game normally knows what it's doing.
Couldn't we all just get along? No. So I shall. As you
I still remember my first battle.
Yay, Liliana got to level up. So we're gonna let the game do its thing because it knows what it's doing, as I said like countless times before.
Mavras was so jealous of the Justice Flower that he betrayed her to the Imperium, which resulted in her death.
Oh, this part. Okay, what time we running on? We'll do another 15 minutes. Because I do remember we need to go through some type of challenge to get the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Why did I say ashes for?
On my way. Of course. So I shall. Let's make this quick. So I shall. Of course.
I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Someone needed my help with something again. Wait. Fuck. You got my ass turned around. Wait. That came out wrong.
Right ahead. Trap right ahead. As you desire. Try to be merciful.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Ask away. Just like you wanted.
Okay, we got strength, cunning, constitution. Same as always. Dude. It's not good. It's not good at all. Wow, okay, that place was superfluous, unnecessary. Well, I suppose it wasn't unnecessary. You needed to get like XP. So you need all the XP you can get before the end game. Even though you have some other side missions to actually do during the end game, you want to get the best outcome for the landscape. Trying to make my character a pretty strong warrior. Let's see. Yep. I think this is where we're gonna end this for tonight. We'll continue on with getting the Sacred Ashes. Hey, I've been doing pretty good since I started streaming. Just 4 games. Every week. Might move to Dragon Age Origins the next playthrough. I mean, Dragon Age Origins 2. But yeah, we're making pretty decent headway in the game. Might be a few months before I've actually completed the game fully, but we beat pretty decent amount of games. Mafia 1, 2, 3, Yakuza Kiwami 1, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Yakuza Kiwami 3. I mean Yakuza 3, Yakuza 4. Marvel's Midnight Suns we beat last week. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the time we have for tonight. Wednesday, I can never remember what we're playing Wednesday. Wednesday we will be playing We'll be playing Greedfall on Wednesday. As always, if you're watching on Twitch, leave a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to everything, the gameplay, and all that good shit. And I'll see you guys next time. As always, to be exported to YouTube tonight and restreamed to YouTube the following day. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, streams. This is Jordan, the Immortal Misfit. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I'm out. Peace.